So I started tackle football when I was 4 years old for Hernando Youth League, Hernando County. It was HYL. We were the Leopards. So it's really cool to experience. Like, we all play together as kids, but we end up like playing each other in high school. So that's really cool. So it's just really cool to see like myself grow and then gain friends as I go, and then also like my dad was one of my coaches, my friend's dad was my coaches, so it's really just like backyard football when you're a kid, just having fun messing around, and it was just a good time, and then it gets serious in high school, but you just play with a lot of the same kids because it's a small town, so it's awesome. Okay, so in sixth grade, I went to Challenger because it was a K through 8, so I was already there in fifth grade. I just went up, and obviously I wanted to play football. I've always played football since I was 4. So you're nervous. You start playing. I was on JV my first year with a lot of the guys that I played youth league with, and then some of them I knew the coaches already. Like Coach Kanar, he was a close family friend, so he had known like that I had played before. And I think I played line also, and I played linebacker. And then my 7th grade year, I'm kind of in between the both. Like I'm like you're not an 8th grader, but you're not a 6th grader, so it's like you're not that nervous anymore, but you're not the top dog yet. So and then 8th grade year, the 7th grade year I played right guard actually, and then 8th grade year, all those other guys left. You become like the top of everything, and then I'm still friends with those same guys. So it's pretty cool to grow up with them and still be able to play with them. And then I ended up playing quarterback, hit a little growth spurt. I got a little taller, played quarterback, and that year was fun. We went to the championship for the county. We didn't play very well. We kind of lost by a lot to Powell, but it's just really fun experiencing that with the same guys, and then growing up and going through the whole process from 6th to 8th grade and all that. So.
Brady as a freshman was interesting. We weren't sure what he wanted to play offensively. He's always played inside linebacker since he's gotten there, but. We weren't sure what he wanted to play, so he started off coming with the quarterbacks, which he's our backup quarterback now. We weren't sure where he was going to be on offense, so eventually we found out. He evolved into a tight end, more of a pass catching tight end. But over the years, he's gotten a lot better at being an inline blocker, being attached. But we moved him up as a freshman in the middle of the season. I think his freshman year against Wiregrass, and he ended up having to start at tight end because of 2 injuries, and that was his first. Experience in a varsity football game was at tight end. So he's bounced around, but, from the day he got there, we knew he was going to be a good football player.
I had played quarterback in 8th grade year, so I'm excited. I'm going to go and try to play quarterback. So that was pretty crazy. I was nervous. I just wanted to impress the coaches because football was my thing, so I really wanted to go for it. I was nervous, and quarterback wasn't my thing, so I ended up moving past that. But and it's just scary as a freshman, So
his sophomore year. When it was him and Kyle, that was the COVID year. We only played 8 games. But he had 121 tackles, I think. Him and Kyle both were somewhere around in there. And, that's where his middle game, I think, developed more in making his reads, the open door and closed doors and the guards and near back and things of all that nature that I think came to him a little bit easier than it did as a freshman, obviously. So last year, as a junior, that's really when it became his time to step up. Really, I didn't expect anything less from Brady. I never have, just because of I know who he is. I know how hard he works. I know what we do in the off season.
I had a great year my sophomore year, and then going into my junior year, I'm excited because I've learned off of everything he's taught me and they've taught me, and I'm adjusted to the coaches and playing. So now I'm used to it. I'm not nervous as much anymore, and I just get to play.
Brady knows as well as pretty much everybody else on our team. I expect him to be the best player on the football field, regardless of offense, defense, special teams, whatever. Whenever we need him, wherever we need him, I expect him to be able to step in and be the best player on the field. And I don't have any doubt that he will be able to do that. Just like I said, based off of who he is as a person, his character, and how he has, progressed and grown and just been a shark for the last 3 years. So I expect him to be the best player on the field no matter who we're playing on both sides of the football.
And as being a senior, playing for so long since I was 4, I'd like to thank Coach Riggins, who was one of my youngest when I played Pop Warner HYL football. He was the first coach I had. He was like, I think he really set me to be the player I am. He was a mean, dirty coach, but when you're that young, he creates discipline, And I think I needed someone like that because that really pushed me when I started off. And the middle school, Coach Barrett, he was a great coach. He really Coach Skiri also. He was the quarterback and wide receiver coach. those guys really taught me like how to play and just how to read things as a quarterback, and just more as all those coaches made me a great person, you know. It wasn't just about football, but they taught me things about me and football. And then Coach Johns, obviously, he's my coach now. He's a great guy. He pushes us really hard, and you don't really know if he's mad at you or not, but deep down, you know he loves you, and he's just a great coach, and he's always making us better. So I really appreciate everything he's done for me.
As far as our school goes, Brady has always been that type of guy. Just I think it's because of how he was raised. His parents are great people, and most of the time, you know, when your parents are great people and you're raised the right way, the product comes out, you know, the way that you want it to. And I think that's a direct result of his parents and how Brady acts. I mean, he's got a 3.8 or 3.9 GPA. He's in the National Honor Society. I think Brady's the perfect person to put out there as the face of you know, of Nature Coast.
My parents are like some of the most supportive parents that I've ever known. So they knew, like, my parents would sit down with us and be like, if sports is what you guys really want to do, then we'll put all our time and effort into that. You guys just have to show us that's what you want to do. So I just think I know not a lot of parents would do that for their kids, and it's just really, I'm really blessed and appreciative of them, because they took me to Pennsylvania a few weeks ago for a camp up there. My dad drives me all the way up, like, northeast for camps, and it just means a lot to me, you know, because they want to see me win, and they care for me, and they want what's best for me, and how they're willing to sacrifice anything for us to succeed and go to college and stuff like that. So it really means a lot.